Hello, I'm Allan Arkush, and this is Trailers from Hell. There are very few movies that combine existing elements and themes in a wholly original manner. It's the rare movie that feels both brand new and familiar at the same time. But when that alchemy happens, when that lightning strikes, you have a paradigm shift, and a movie like Star Wars seems like it's been there all along. George Lucas has done this not once, but twice. Before Star Wars, there was
American Graffiti. Where were you in '62?
In 1962, George Lucas was a hot-rodding high school student in Modesto, California. 9 years later, his producer, Francis Coppola, dared him to make a mainstream movie after the failure of his first picture, THX 1138. Lucas wrote about what he knew best, his high school friends and the car culture they grew up in. American Graffiti and the earlier classic Rebel Without a Cause are two of the most influential and imitated teen movies of all time. The entire movie takes place in one night, the last night of the school year. For many of the characters, it's the last night of their youth. They are living on the cusp of great change. The trailer does a really good job of delineating all the characters. But it was Fred Roos, who also cast The Godfather, who put together such a great cast. I can't think of another movie that has launched as many careers. Music is at the very heart of what makes this movie so special. Lucas, an avid record collector, chose each song and indicated their placement in the script. It was sound editor Walter Murch who came up with the innovative concept of changing the EQ of each song as it moves from location to location. The sound of the speakers at the drive-in is different from the car radio sound and from the sound of Wolfman Jack's DJ booth. These 40 vintage rock and roll songs are the spine of the movie. They give it great momentum and a real sense of simultaneity. It's sound designed as a storytelling device. Plus they add so much emotion. Who can forget Ron Howard and Cindy Williams dancing to Smoke It's in Your Eyes? Although the movie had previewed well, the heads of Universal hated it and wanted to dump it off to TV. This led to a very famous confrontation. It was in the lobby of a San Francisco theater after what seemed like a successful preview. The president of Universal Pictures wanted to take back the picture and re-edit it in a more conventional, less experimental manner. Francis Coppola went ballistic. He pulled out his checkbook and wanted to buy back the picture right then. Here's your $770,000. Give me back my movie. The Universal execs backed down. No more changes were made. But the movie went on to be a huge success, grossing $55 million in its first release and $200 million to date. It was nominated for 5 Academy Awards. Lucas lived off his profits while he turned his treatment for an outer space war picture into a shooting script. And we all know how that picture turned out.
American Graffiti. Where were you in '62?